Carter has been monitoring the situation at the southern border all month, and she joins us now with more. Sara, there's a lot to be alarmed by, but to me, these 24,000 Chinese migrants, Gordon Chang said one of the possibilities that came to his mind when he heard about this was either Ministry of State security agents or Chinese military coming into our country. Your thoughts?
Oh, I can absolutely agree with Gordon Chang on that. He's also a friend of mine and somebody who I highly respect. And he has traveled throughout the region. He and I have been to the Far East together, where he has given a number of speeches. We've been watching and monitoring China, as well as other adversaries such as Venezuela and Iran, Russia. They are all taking advantage of this crisis at our southern border, Kayleigh. Think about this. The United Nations is now stating, and this is the second time that they have done this, that the land crossing between the United States and Mexico is the most dangerous land crossing in the world, the most dangerous land crossing in the world. We have people coming into our country from all over the world. They're not getting background checks. Immigration and Customs Enforcement are basically throwing their hands up in the air. The Biden administration is allowing them to come in, so they're aiding and abetting these traffickers. But it's not just about the cartels, right? We already know this. We know that the cartels are being used as proxies by the Chinese government to move in fentanyl. We've lost over 112,000 Americans, many of them young, to fentanyl poisoning and fentanyl overdose. We are looking at Chinese migrants. The surge is absolutely incredible. We can't even get background checks on them because the Chinese government is not cooperating with us because they don't want to cooperate with us. This is part of breaking the back of America. And what Gordon Chang is saying is important, and I'll wrap up on Gordon Chang's thoughts on this. Look, when people come into this country and they disappear into the fabric of America, they can be anybody. They can be found spying on our installations, our government installations. They could be scuba diving, in our ports of entry and collecting data on us. They could be delivering food to buildings, acting as couriers, but really placing, technology and equipment that they could use to spy on us. Our agencies are well aware of this. The problem is they just aren't stopping it. And nobody knows how far this is going to go before we actually break.
And Sara, I have just a moment here, but CNN's reporting that this number of migrants south of our border, north of Mexico, could be as much as 15,000 migrants on top of these record numbers.
Yeah, absolutely. I just spoke with a source who was saying the same to me, and that they are expecting that this caravan, this new caravan, to swell. Now, remember, Maduro in Venezuela is very active at looking at what he can do. And this is not just me saying this. We have U.S. intelligence officers investigating this right now in Central America, looking at how Maduro is handling this, moving people. We don't even know if some of these people are coming out of prisons. We don't understand how they're just forming into these large caravans and then moving and collecting people on the way. And this isn't just about our own national security. For Democrats out there that have concerns about the humanitarian crisis, and Republicans, there are children in these caravans that are losing their lives on the way to our country. They will never make it. They're being taken by these cartels and these human traffickers. They're being sold into the most heinous and nefarious, I don't even want to say pedophilia rings. That's the only way to describe it. And even when they come to the United States, many of them disappear. So, Kayleigh, like I say with Tom Homan all the time, and he says this every single time he's on Sean's show, what is so good about leaving this border wide open? Why is our government doing this? And why is nobody stopping it?
Yeah, why is the question? Sara Carter, thank you.
Hey, Sean Hannity here. Hey, click here to subscribe to Fox News YouTube page and catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You will not get it anywhere else.